Good morning, my lovely, sweet honeys. How are we all doing? It has been so long since we last had a YouTube live stream. I honestly believe it's been since the holiday season last year, December. But how are we all doing? Oh my gosh. What a crazy ride it's been. Hold on, I think my camera's having a difficulty finding my face. Oh, my eyes. Oh. How are we all doing? How do I pop this out? Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Whoa. That's better. Now I can see the chat over here right in front of me. Sarita, how are you? Welcome to the stream. How are we all today? Selena, how are you? You feel like you manifested this for some reason. The lives I made in winter came to my mind and I thought, would Bee do a live again? It's so lovely and informative. Yes! I've been meaning to for a long time, but I just had so many like blockers, I guess you could say, in terms of actually just doing it. Just doing it. Like, I think it's because I had this whole, how do you say, like, I had this whole expectation of what the YouTube lives, like, I put a lot of pressure behind how they should look, how they should feel, because it's going on my YouTube channel, right? And everything about YouTube is so curated. Like, it's edited content, it's edited videos, and for some reason I have such a blocker to like create a live stream experience that is very curated. So I feel like in the wintertime I had created that environment for everyone and for myself. And then with the whole move to Texas, like, life just really got flipped upside down for me, and honestly, it's been taking me a long time to adjust to that. And like, I feel like in the winter time in Toronto last year, I finally had like a routine nailed down. I finally had like, everything was just like in place, and that all got uprooted, right? So I don't know. I figured since it's like, it was my birthday month, and since like it was our 1-year anniversary with Glow Atelier, and usually our live streams revolve a little bit around Glow Atelier since we always do like skincare Q&As, I figured like this is the perfect time to just jump back into it. Like, yes, it's taking a while for me to settle into our new house and our new country and our new town, but like, it is what it is, and so be it. But you can see the background is a little chaotic on this side. We got random sakura tree stuff on the floor and like a desk, but it's okay. But how are you? I'm so happy that you manifested this live stream. It makes me so happy to hear. Laser Cat, how are you? Your neck is stiff, Sarita. Oh no, me too all the time. I have such a weak neck. My neck is really weak. Like, it's bad. It's really bad, like, consistently. I probably take a painkiller every night, to be honest. I feel like my camera's really having a hard time focusing. Hold on. Let me just make some adjustments. Okay. Let me lock it in there. Honestly, all you need is just open the live and talk. You have so much to offer by taking it inherently curated. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Thank you, Selena. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, it was all just like my own personal blockers. And it's really just comes down to overcoming that and not putting so much pressure behind them. But I had been live on Twitch pretty consistently. So yeah, if you guys are ever missing me live here, you can always catch me on Twitch. You have a weak heart. No. You ordered a rounded neck pillow. Oh, like one of those curved, flat ones. I used those for forever, but then since moving here, HoneyBii and I invested in some premium pillows. I can't remember like the name either way. It's one of those like super expensive brand name pillows. They're really great. But before that, I was always using like the memory foam curved pillows with the neck support, because I'm a side sleeper, so I really need like support in my neck to help. Good to see me live. Good to see you as well. Welcome to the live stream. How are you? I can't read your name in Korean because I haven't read Korean in forever, but it's weird because like I was at H Mart yesterday shopping for some groceries, and I was really craving BiiBiiBeauty, and it's like I can recognize it probably says something, but like, am I 100% accurate in reading like the characters correctly? Not entirely, but I was like, BiiBiiBeauty, okay, I want this. It's BiiBiiBeauty. Actually, speaking about Korean, I started a new K-drama last night called, I think it was called Remarriage and Divorce, or Divorce and Remarriage, on Netflix. And usually I'm not someone who enjoys those kind of like older, I guess, shows that are like revolving around that kind of topic. Like say for example, like Desperate Housewives, like North American versions of stuff like that. I just like never really got into it. But this one was so good. I was like binge watching it so hard last night. Like the story is like so good. Highly recommend. Lots of drama and lots of like prestige rich CEO vibes. It was really good. There's another K-drama that I want to watch, but it's not on Netflix and I don't know where to find it. It's probably on like HeyYou or something. It's got that girl from It's Okay to Not Be Okay. I think that was the show. And I love her so much. Like, I really love her so much. Apparently she's like not a nice person in reality though, which is kind of a little upsetting to hear, but it doesn't matter. I love her so much. Yes, it's the memory foam pillow. Nice. Have you been using it yet? And have you noticed any improvements with your neck? Your exam starts in 12 days. You're super stressed. Oh no! What kind of exams are they? I'm really excited for tonight, you guys, because it's birthday dinner round 2. So someone we know gifted me and HoneyBii a free dinner wherever we wanted. So we booked this really nice restaurant that I'm so excited to go to. It's like fine dining, but not super fine dining, you know. I'm so excited. It looks like awesome, like kind of Japanese, Korean fusion style food. And I saw that they have bingsu. I'm not too sure if you guys know what bingsu is, but it's like the Korean shaved ice, which I love. I remember when I was living in Korea, I used to go to, I can't remember what the cafe was called, but it's like a massive chain cafe. Not Paris Baguette, but, which I also love Paris Baguette. But I would always get like injeolmi bingsu, which is like the soybean powder on it, because that was like my favorite. I am so excited. Math statistics data. Oh no, base Java. Oh my god, that sounds horrible. I used to, like way back in the day, like before living in Korea, I was aspiring to be a web designer, and I did like a bunch of courses and I went to school and stuff, but then like I kind of stopped because I realized like Java was too beyond like what I wanted to do. Like I was getting into Java and script, and I was just like, is this really what I want to be doing? I'm like, I'm not having fun anymore. And I realized at that point, like I was more into the actual like creative design aspect and not the actual structuring of websites. Like I'm so excited to like customize them, to design them, and get a theme for them. But when it comes to the actual like framework, count me out. I'm not interested. When you visited Korea, you ate bingsu every day? Literally, no way. Speaking of Korea, again, I am heavily considering going in September sometime. because I have to leave the United States at the end of August. And of course, I'm going to go back and visit my family in Canada and visit my girlfriends back in Toronto because I miss them so much. But I was like, okay, well, if I have to leave the country anyway, and I'm going to be visiting my family in Toronto and Vancouver, and since I'm in Vancouver, which is like one of the main hubs for getting to Asia, I might as well like do a trip to Korea. Like, yeah, it's going to be hella expensive, but like I haven't been in years. Like I haven't been in way too long, and Japan's clearly not opening up anytime soon. And I feel like I've been holding out for Japan for like years now. And I'm like, am I just gonna like idly sit by and not travel because of that? Like, no. So we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But that's like the thought. Heavily considering, no guarantee. But of course, if I do go, there will be vlogs. I'll have to make it worth my while. Why do I have to leave? Because my visa is ending. Well, not my visa, like my visitor allowance time. So I have to go back to Canada for a bit, then I can come back. I'm just technically a visitor in the US. As a Canadian, you get like 6 months at a time that you can stay in the US without like a proper like visa of any type. So I have to leave the country for a little bit. Probably like I'm gonna guess like at least a month. Will I be meeting Eunice? I would hope so. But it's just an idea at this, just a thought process. Hey Em, how are you? How am I finding the weather in Texas? It's so hot, you guys. Like, it's too hot to do anything. Like, I was so eager for summer here. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna do so many like cute like cottagecore picnic style things. I'm gonna explore downtown a lot, and it's like, it's too hot. Like, every single day is 42 degrees, feels like 43. It's just, and it's like sunny constantly, which I love, but it's like, you go outside, it's like it's hotter than a sauna. It's like a hot tub. It's insane. Speaking of crazy heat like that, Japan is having some crazy heat as well outside of the normal. Like, usually it's around like mid to high 30s with a lot of humidity, but they're kind of like Texas weather right now, which is insane. Like, they're getting similar temperatures to us here. But yeah, it's just too hot. Like, I enjoy it, but it's just like, you really can't do much in the heat without like having AC breaks or swimming breaks, because it's just so hot. Wow, scorching hot. It's crazy, yeah. It's like usually 103 or something. I'm starting to get better at knowing my Fahrenheit since being in America, but I still am 100% Celsius. Is that metric or imperial? I'm not too sure. Do you miss Toronto? I do, mainly because I miss living in the city. I have learned that the suburbia life is not for me. I love having a house, and I love having all this space, and I love the nature, but like, there's nothing to do. There's literally nothing to do. So I realized I miss living at least like on the like outskirts of the city where it's easy to get in, or just straight up living in the city. I miss it. But Austin is a really small city with not a lot going on comparatively to Toronto. So like, even if we did live in the city, it's like a lot of stuff is just closed at random times. It's really weird. I'm like, yo, what, like, people on their lunch break want to do stuff. Like, why is everything closed? It's just, it's a very small city. So I miss Toronto because like there was, even in the pandemic, you could still find stuff to do. And I miss my girlfriends. Like, I've been really definitely struggling to find other creator friends in Austin, because it is such a small city that it's making me miss my girlfriends. So I'm really excited to go back at the end of August and visit with them and catch up on everything and just like have a girls' day. to wait for Japan. Who knows when they will open again? Life and travel must go on. I just can't believe it's been, like, I really thought this summer Japan would open up. Like, I really thought. Especially since the whole world is open up now. Like, I swear Japan's, like, the only country that's not open aside from, like, even North Korea, I think, is, like, open. But, don't quote me on that, please. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah, I'm genuinely shocked that they've stayed closed to tourism this long. Like last year and last summer, I was like, okay, like, I kind of get it if they don't open because other countries are also not open still. But everywhere is open and everywhere is, like, gone back to normal. Like, even Canada's gone back to normal. Like, there's no more mask mandates or anything. And, like, you can now enter Canada from the United States without a negative COVID test. Like, you can just go. I don't know about other countries, though. Excuse me. My ears are so itchy lately. Are you seeing progress that have a minimum level of comfort? I don't get the question. I'm sorry, Selena. What context is it? I think I forgot what we were talking about in terms of the context. But the size of the house is nice in the suburbs, yeah. Like, the house, I think what's been really nice about having a house is I have all this space to do, like, photo content, video content. Like, I have options. It still feels big at times. Like, there's definitely, like, a portion of the house we'd never use. And, like, it's really hard to fill it with furniture. Like, it still doesn't feel too cozy or homey because we still don't have that much furniture. Because, like, I don't really like buying furniture just to have furniture. Like, I'm really kind of picky in, like, the furniture I buy because, like, you're kind of stuck with it more or less. Like, it's not that easy to sell used furniture. So I'm really, like, kind of picky in what I do end up getting. So it's taking me a long time to, like, pick things. But I'm really happy with the kitchen table that we got a couple months ago. Like, that was such a find. Like, it was such an ugly shade of black. And it was, like, really, like, beat up. And I was like, oh my god, this table has so much potential to be so nice if it wasn't black. Yeah, they do allow tourism only in organized groups. So it's not, that doesn't even count. That's, like, not. Like, I'm not going to go to Japan just to be, like, forced to do things with everyone else. Like, my purpose in going to Japan is to, like, be there for 3 months. Like, the maximum allowed time you can stay there without a visa. And, like, maybe I'll try to get, like, a modeling visa, like an entertainer's visa, so that I can stay longer. And, like, I want to hang out with my friends, and I want to, like, do my own traveling around. I want to stay in, like, ryokan, you know, like, I want to do my own thing, not just, like, be with random people and, like, we're going to go to this ramen joint today. Like, no, thank you. I'm sorry. I haven't waited 6 years to get back to Japan to be forced to stick around a tour group. Do you drive in Texas? I drive. Yeah, I do. I do. I don't have my own car, but I drive when I want. Like, Honeyboy and I have one car. Do you find Texan English accent very different? Not at all. But I think it's because the city that I live in, like is very mixed. I don't know. Like, there's a few times I hear more of, like, a southern accent, but it's not that, like, shocking. I don't know. I think, like, if I went somewhere like Louisiana, maybe if I went to, like, South Carolina, I would find more of, like, a deeper southern accent. Especially if I went to maybe, like, small towns. But here in Austin, it's just, like, everyone kind of sounds normal. Also, like, growing up in Canada, like, I think it's really common to maybe assume, trying to find the right words to explain this, to assume that Canadians are very, like, isolated. But we get a lot of, like, Canada and the US, like, there's a lot of travel back and forth between it. So it's, like, everyone kind of like sounds the same to me. Like, it's not like if I hear someone from a different area, I'm not like, wow, what an accent. It's just kind of like, oh, Southern, you know? Kind of like if like British people traveled between like other parts of like the UK and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, so they have this accent, right? But then like if a British person is coming to Canada or to the US, it's like, wow, what an accent, right? Does that make sense? Like, over the years of getting older, I now know how to like identify like a Californian accent, like especially people that like are in LA, especially YouTubers too. I can so tell when someone's like from LA based on how they talk. Yeah. I think that one of the biggest like things that I notice is a lot of people say y'all here. Or like phrases like yes boss, yes ma'am are really interesting to me. Like say for example you're at a restaurant and you're like, oh, can I please get another glass of water? They'll be like, yes ma'am. I'm like, why the formality? Is like, I just want some more water is all, you know. It's not super common, but it's definitely like, I'd say 50% of the time you get stuff like that. Not everyone does it. Yeah, I think it's because like it's a bit of a mixed city. Like, it's not like there's a lot of like people from other parts of the US living here. Speaking of other parts of the US, for my birthday we went down to San Antonio. I don't know if you guys saw that on my Instagram, but that was awesome. I am so excited to share that vlog with you guys. Like, San Antonio was like, HoneyBii and I were like, kind of wish we moved here instead. It was like really aesthetic. There was like nice things, really nice restaurants, nice things. It was like somewhat colonial meets European meets Southern meets Texas. That makes sense. There was just a lot, and I was kind of like, oh, that's nice. You meant to say it with Glow Atelier. You genuinely wish to buy from it. Not only I trust your recommendations, but I want to participate in evolving Glow Atelier. But I'm a student living in Germany. No problem, Selena. Like, no one is obligated to purchase from Glow Atelier. I super appreciate your desire to support my little store, my little tiny Korean skincare store, and my brand that I'm building. But like, don't ever feel obligated to purchase something just to support. No problem. Like, when you're ready, you're ready. If you even want to, it's totally fine. No pressure at all, ever. You can't stand traveling in groups? Yeah, me either. Unless I'm feeling really, like, if I want to like do touristy stuff and I don't want to think about it or plan it, that's when I would prefer to do like a group, but not for Japan. Well, maybe, like, I don't know, like, it really depends on how I feel and what I want to do. Wow, my ears are so itchy these days. Like, what's going on? I must have like an allergy to something. How's your Japanese now? Did you forget it a little, or are you keeping up with learning the language? I actually was keeping up with learning the language throughout the month of May and a little bit into June, but then when my sister visited, like, I didn't have the time to do it. And then I've actually been having such a hard time picking back up my lessons again, and I'm like really like, okay, we need to like hop back into this because I don't want to start forgetting what I've learned. But yeah, I really did lose a bit of my language capabilities with Japanese, and it's actually so funny because, sorry, I'm getting hot, I gotta turn my fan on. Ooh. But like, it's so funny because I was thinking about it, and it's like my brain has a hard time switching between languages. So say for example, I'm learning, or I know some Korean and I also know Japanese. If I hear like a little bit of Korean, my mind automatically like switches to Korean mode. And then if I need to think of like the word in Japanese, I can't do it. And I always remember, like, there was one time I went to the airport. Hold on, let me get my husband. Huh? There we go. There was this one time I went to the airport. so I was coming back from South Korea to Japan, and I was still in like Korean mode. So like when I was at the immigration, and I can't, it was so long ago, I can't remember what I said, but I said my response to them in Korean and not Japanese, and I was like, oh, wrong language, and then I couldn't think of the words in Japanese. I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm wrong, I can't cross over. It was funny. Andrea, hi, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Do you use collagen supplements to maintain supple skin? Your skin is so good. Thank you, Anna. I do use collagen in my coffee every single morning, but to be honest, I don't know if I actually overall have seen a difference in my skin with continual daily collagen supplements. Like I've been taking them for 2 years now. Like maybe it has slowed down my aging process. The only way I would know is if I didn't take it and then if I saw like an alternate universe Bronwyn who wasn't taking collagen versus this universe Bronwyn who is taking collagen and compared the two, then maybe I would know if there's a difference. But to be honest, it's really hard to tell. I like to believe it slowed down my aging process, but to be honest, it's all in the skincare. It's really all just in skincare and wearing SPF and like eating healthy, I believe. I have noticed I can't, like if I start consuming a lot of milk, I do start to break out more. So that is something to consider as well. Like I am lactose intolerant, but even with lactose-free milk, like dairy milk, it doesn't matter. It still breaks me out. Like it just causes a lot of inflammation in my body. Like I recently learned I can't eat cottage cheese because I started eating cottage cheese because I was like, this is so good. Like I love this. I'm obsessed with it. And I was noticing I was just like consistently bloated, and I was like having a lot of inflammation in my belly. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I not eat cottage cheese? So I stopped it for like 2 days and like back to normal. So dairy can, even if you're having like lactose-free dairy, or say for example, you're like not lactose intolerant, like it still can cause a lot of inflammation in the body. So that can come up in the skin as acne. It can come up as like just swelling in general in the face, in the stomach, anywhere, like really anywhere. And it can cause you to have a lot of more sensitivities as well. So you might be noticing, oh, my skin is a lot more irritated lately, and that can just be because all that inflammation in your body from the dairy products causing your skin to react to things it normally shouldn't be reacting to. But yeah, my skin, I'm so happy you think my skin is good. It's a consistent work in progress. I'm always thinking about my skin. Skincare is my passion, and as someone who has been working in the skincare industry for over 8 years now, I think I'm on 10 years now, to be honest. Like time flies. I think it's been 10 years. Who am I kidding? It's been 10 years. I just feel like I'm aging myself the more years that go on. But it's something I'm always working on, something I'm always passionate about, which is why I've always wanted to have my own skincare line. I've always wanted to have my own skincare store. So yeah. But anyway, my skin has been really oily with the crazy heat here in Texas. It's not that dry at all. So my skincare routine has really switched over to more so catering towards hydration and oil control, and less of like the super heavy, rich, nourishing creams that I was using before. Saying yes, ma'am is very common in the Middle East, and I can't stand it. Oh, really? Your order was about 20% more because of customs. Yeah, we can't really control that. I'm sorry. That's the annoying thing about ordering things from, sorry, it's that time of day where I get congested. Like I have like a certain time frame where I get super like congested after I wake up. But yeah, like even when I order, like when I really like ordering things from Australia, like clothing wise, or I had a phase where I was really into it, and the customs would always be like $80 or something like that. So like if ever I did like order clothing from Australia, I would always make sure to get like a certain amount to make the customs fee worth it. Import fees are annoying, but that is what it is. Like even when we buy our stock for 𝐔𝐿𝐄𝐒, there's always customs fees that are like super expensive, like $200 every time, sometimes more. Doesn't coffee strip any benefit that it is consumed with? I've never heard of that before. I'm not too sure why it would. Like, I would understand that if you're having like activated charcoal, because activated charcoal actively absorbs any nutrients you put in your body at the same time. But I've never heard that for coffee. Have I tried tretinoin and retinol? Of course, yeah. I prefer retinol as a gentler form. Tetranoin is too strong for my skin. I have a really sensitive skin type. And also, I don't really feel I am someone at that point in my life who needs like a really intensive retinol like that, like tetranoin, because it is more strong than a standard traditional retinol generally is. So I don't really need it. My skin isn't like severely sun damaged. It doesn't have a lot of wrinkles yet. I think the higher you go in retinols, it's kind of to help negate the more damage your skin has from UV rays, or going like a certain amount of time without sun protection, or going like a really long time late into life without a proper skincare routine. That's why you see a lot of like Western dermatologists and Western cultures in general really pushing tetranoin and high percentage retinols, because Western cultures are not as deeply rooted in ritual-based skincare routines, and people usually tend to start skincare routines later in life. Like funny enough, like a lot of people from my personal network have been messaging me in the past like year or so wanting like skincare advice from me, and these are like people that like I went to high school with, who are older than me, and like I'll say, okay, well, what are you using? And it will often be like, I'm just washing my face with Cetaphil and then putting on Cetaphil moisturizer, and that's it. I'm like, you can't be like 30, 34 and that's been your skincare routine since high school. Like like that is the instance where you should use a retinol that's in a higher percentage, because that is a lot of years of sun damage. It's a lot of years of neglect to the skin, and you kind of have to make up for that time where you lost collagen. So when you turn like 24, 25 is when your body literally stops producing a certain amount of collagen, and you actually start losing collagen instead. So your production starts to get lower and lower and lower, so it no longer keeps up with like the new cell development. So basically anywhere from like age 24, 25 and up, you really need to start like paying attention to skincare that's going to have anti-aging benefits, things that are going to stimulate your collagen production naturally, and also replace what has been lost. So a lot of people are against topical and ingested collagen, but as long as you're using hydrolyzed collagen, it's actually being manipulated, like the molecule of collagen has been manipulated to actually penetrate into the skin and be absorbed. So yes, applying collagen topically isn't going to necessarily reverse damage or stimulate collagen, but it kind of acts as that glue between your skin cells to help reinvigorate them and stop any like breakage, any wrinkle production, and things like that. Kefir is amazing for inflammation. Yeah, I love it. Even for people who have trouble with dairy. Yeah. I love like all fermented foods. Like I'm really like, I went to have some kimchi yesterday and I was like, oh man, I'm out of kimchi. And now I really want to go back to H Mart and buy like a big tub of kimchi because I'm like craving. Even for people who have trouble with dairy, How do you find Japanese cosmetics are different from Korean? Japanese cosmetics tend to focus more on restructuring ingredients. And what I mean by that is they really love ingredients that kind of restore the bonds between skin cells, while Korean skincare and cosmetics really focuses on the core essentials. So hydration is really extremely important in Korean skincare. Like basically anything you buy from a Korean skincare brand is going to be hydrating. They also really love to focus on just the moisture barrier in general, so it's usually very moisturizing, very hydrating. And then they really love kind of herbal ways to naturally stimulate collagen production in the skin. So if you look closely into a Korean formulation, you'll notice a consistency with collagen stimulating ingredients, while with Japanese cosmetics, you'll notice they're more kind of focused on formulating cosmetics that help bind and re-strengthen the fiber membranes of the skin. So you'll notice a lot of like silk protein extracts. You'll notice a lot of soybean ferments or soybean extracts in there, which are known. They have those isoflavins in there, which help to strengthen those fibers between the skin cells to slow the aging process. You'll also notice they love hydrolyzed collagen in all different forms of hydrolyzed collagens as well in Japanese skincare products. And what else? My God, there's so much. Like, it's really like a lot. But yeah, those are some of the big takeaways I've noticed over the years with Japanese cosmetics. And you'll kind of see that consistency in their formulations with silk proteins, soy isoflavins, soy ferments, and then also those collagens as well. Japanese cosmetics also were, I believe, to be the original creators or formulators of multi-hyaluronic acid formulations. So we're talking like 7 different forms of hyaluronic acid in one product, which is crazy. I think they also prefer more matte skin. So a lot of their like SPFs will have more of a matte texture than a dewy, glowy texture. And I think that's partially because like the summer times in Japan are so humid by nature that like they want something that's going to help keep the shine down without being like heavy on the skin. So you'll notice a more consistency and a lot more lighter formulas as well. They also have much more humid, or not humid, but like mild winters. Like, of course, if you go more north, it gets more harsh, but overall, most of Japan has those milder winters, while like a lot of the Korean population is more north in South Korea, where it gets really dry in the winter, it gets really cold. So their formulations in skincare kind of stay consistent in catering to like their demographics of their country and where their main client base is. So the Japanese formulations are usually a lot more lightweight, more liquid, while in Korea you get more you get more of a collection of products that are heavier and really nourishing. Your discipline towards your skincare is inspirational, and it shows you're always so pretty, even when you say you look tired or somewhat. Oh, I appreciate that so much. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. You knew it beforehand? Oh, good to know, good to know. Neck rings. Do you have any idea how to fight it, please? Yes, you should try, like, basically, try not to look down at your phone too much. I know it's like natural, but that's how we get neck wrinkles. I mean, everybody has them to a degree, but like if it's really something of concern for you, try to hold your phone more like in a straight angle, like in front of you, sorry. You know, like kind of hold it like straight. Not this close, obviously, you'll go blind like me, but kind of hold it more as a straight level and less of like a down level. Like you can see the wrinkles. So if you're looking at it more like this, I know it's like hard. Even I'm trying to fight that all the time, just because I'm on my phone like every day editing and stuff. Other than that, you can like do like little neck massages. So just like little pinching motions. If you find that you do look down a lot and you have a lot of neck wrinkles, just do little pinches. You can see my neck getting red. So even though I'm not pinching hard or hurting myself, what I'm doing is I'm stimulating the blood flow to my neck, and stimulating blood flow helps pulls oxygen and nutrients into that area of the skin. which in turn helps to stimulate collagen production and cell repair and recovery and healing. So it will firm up any necklines you do have and help slow down the process of their development. Aside from that, you should always be putting your skincare on your neck. I always put it on my neck and chest. Like I'm always like neck and chest all the time. Because your neck skin is thin, so it ages fast. As well as your chest skin, it's really thin. And your chest gets a lot of sun damage as well, so always SPF your chest, guys. Like your chest is just like this blank, like slab that the sun is just like, right, like it's just there. And then what you can do as well is you can start micro needling your neck. So you can get one of those, you can get the stamp ones with the 0.5 millimeter needle. It doesn't really hurt at all on the neck if it's a 0.5. And you can just do that once a week, every 2 weeks. And that helps encourage cell repair and it firms and tightens the skin as well. So if you already have those kind of wrinkles on the neck that really bother you, that's really going to make an improvement to tighten up that skin. And then of course you want to put some sort of antioxidant that stimulates collagen production on your neck after. So like a vitamin C, you can put a ginseng serum, which is really good. I love the ginseng serum, like the one from I'm From. I love that one because it stimulates collagen without being harsh on the skin like a vitamin C. And for me with a drier, dehydrated skin type, vitamin C can really dry me out sometimes. It's great for people with normal to oily skin, but if you're drier, you might want to alternate days using it because it is an acid. So I love using my ginseng serum as my antioxidant of choice because I still get all the benefits of an antioxidant without the negative side effects of an acid. Speaking of the brand I'm From, you guys, speaking of I'm From, I'm not too sure if you guys were aware, but we are having a big brand sale for I'm From on Glow Atelier. So it is 15% off all I'm From products. I will pop it in chat right now for you guys. And what we have on Glow Atelier from the brand I'm From, so I just popped it in chat for you guys. You can check it out if you're interested. But those are all my favorite products from I'm From. Like I hand selected them. They're my go-tos. It's what I love using. And the ginseng serum is really just like, it is it for me. Like it not only just smells therapeutic and amazing like ginseng, but like ginseng is such a traditional ingredient in both Chinese beauty and herbal medicine and also Korean herbal medicines and beauty. And it just has so many amazing effects on the skin that just like so good long term. I highly recommend it. I love it so much. So yeah, everything on Glow Atelier right now in I'm From is on sale for 15% off, like everything. You recently had pickled bitter melon and it was really good. Bitter melon is so healthy for you. I don't think I've had that before, but it sounds so familiar. Thank you for the info on sunscreens. I'm definitely going to look into Japanese sunscreens as it's extremely humid where I live. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of amazing Korean formulations for SPF that are made for oily skin types. Like the one that I really, really love that we have on Glow Atelier is the 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄 Mild Sunblock Protection Tube, because not only is it loaded with antioxidants and calming ingredients, but it is a combination formula with chemical and physical protection. So it makes it really good for sensitive skin types and people who are more concerned about staying away from the chemical aspect of UV protection. They want kind of that dual product. And it's just not like heavy. Like if you replace that for your day cream, you get like this gorgeous matte effect that like is sweat repellent. Like I love wearing it when I go like outside because like the sweat just kind of like, you know when you get sweaty naturally with nothing on and it's like your sweat just kind of takes over your whole face. Like with this SPF, when you sweat, it's like it's more like beads on your face, and you can like wipe them off, and it's like your SPF underneath doesn't move. And it's like you can just kind of like flick the sweat off. Like you can literally feel it just like glide and flick right off. It's like the coolest thing. I really love the formula. And that's the 𝐕𝐈 Heartleaf Mild Sun Protection Tube. Love it. It is such like an underhyped SPF. It's just so good for those humid, oily skin days. What do you recommend for anti-aging for sensitive skin? Ooh, a lot of stuff you can get away with. For me, I like using, like, it really depends on like your skin type aside from being sensitive, because sensitive can happen to any skin type. Like you can be dry and sensitive, which is like the standard classic. You can be simply normal and sensitive. You can be oily and sensitive. You can be acne prone and sensitive. So it really depends on your skin type aside from being sensitive. But again, ginseng is like just so good. I also really love mugwort extract because it is so skin cell repairing. Like it doesn't have those crazy antioxidants in there, but it is so repairing that it just works wonders to calm any inflammation in the skin. And when you remove inflammation from the skin, you allow your skin to heal. So inflammation is such a blocker in terms of your skin's ability to repair itself and stay healthy. Inflammation is like the #1 way to age everywhere. Like internal inflammation ages you faster. Internal inflammation makes you have more health issues. External inflammation on the skin gives you more acne. It gives you more irritation. It causes advanced aging. So really just focusing on a routine that really reduces inflammation in the skin. So a lot of calming ingredients, a lot of soothing and hydrating ingredients are going to be your first step to anti-aging. Like you just need to get rid of that redness, get rid of that inflammation. And then after that, using antioxidants and firming ingredients and nourishing and repairing ingredients that are not super acid based is really going to help as well, because acids cause irritation by default. Like again, with the Western market, there's so like acids, AHA, BHA, retinols for anti-aging, and it's like they don't even consider, even vitamin C, they don't even consider like how damaging that is. And it's just like, yeah, okay, so you're gonna get more inflammation and irritation because you're gonna be over exfoliating your skin, breaking your moisture barrier. You can't do that. You can't do that. So I would really suggest using a lot of like, say for example, oils like soybean oils that are really good and rich in those isoflavones to help repair and restore the bonds between your skin cells. Collagen, hydrolyzed collagen is really good for people with sensitive skin because it's not an acid, it's not irritating, and it helps repair the skin cells as well. Peptides also, I love anything with a peptide or an omega fatty oil, because those really help to repair the bonds between the skin cells, all those like fibers in the skin, to repair them and prevent wrinkles and aging. And then also those antioxidants from non-irritating ingredients, like you can use a lot of like oils, like sea buckthorn berry oil has a lot of antioxidants in there. I think it has like 100 times more antioxidants than vitamin C. Either way, amazing. And then that ginseng is amazing as well. There's like so many, but yeah, that's off the top of my head. But anyway, speaking about skincare and Glow Atelier, it is now time, you guys. The time has come to announce our big announcement. Is time. Dun, dun, dun. So we are having an event on Glow Atelier right now because I have been working for the past few months to create a fun summer merch, a summer apparel for Glow Atelier. The last apparel that we did was the glowing tote bag, which I hand designed and custom made for everyone, but the summer edition of that is finally here. I wanted to create something that I personally love and that I personally use every day, especially in sunny Texas, and something that would be good for the skin as well. So You guys, if you're on my Instagram, you would have seen the sneak peek of it, but I made the Glow Atelier bucket hat with our custom design logo on it as well. So why is it good? What does it have to do with skincare? It is wide brimmed and low to cover the face from the sun. Look at that. Look at that coverage. You know, I like in Texas, all I do is wear bucket hats. It's all I'm wearing. Like any day I go out, I'm just throwing on a bucket hat. And this has been like my go-to that I've been throwing on for the past few weeks since they finally came in. But isn't that cute? Isn't it cute? It's such a vibe. Okay, so what's the promo? What's the deal? What's the fine print? So you can get this free. Our new summer promo to launch the Glow Atelier Summer Escape bucket hat, that's what it's called, the Summer Escape bucket hat, is if you spend $65 or more USD currency, which is basically 2 to 3 products depending on what you buy, it's free. Absolutely free. And if you just want it in general, it's only $24. It is made of denim, so it has all that UV protection, so no light is getting through it. It's a thick denim. And it has a couple strings in the back, so you can cinch it a little bit tighter to adjust your head size. But it is free on orders $65 or more as our launching promo event for summer. So if you are looking for a few new skincare products, such as anything that we talked about, like all the I'm From products are on sale, you guys. All of them, and even that BiiBiiB Mild Sun Protection Tube is 50% off. 50% off. You can get a whole new skincare routine and a free hat. Custom designed by moi. Absolutely free. Or just get the hat on its own, it doesn't matter. But I've been wearing it so much, like it's just like look at the shadow it casts. Like let me just like enlarge this so you guys can see, like my face is like half, well of course like the sun, it was like we did this shoot at like 8 a.m. but like my face is covered. Wide brimmed hat. Amazing. So if, say for example, you guys go to glowatelier.com, let me just pop it in chat for you guys. Add up to $65 in your cart. You will also need, like say for example, you get $65 or more in your cart value. You can get an entire oily skin routine that I showed in my recent reel. $80 for this whole skincare routine. So say for example, you have sensitive skin, it's oily, it's hot, you want a really nice lightweight skincare routine for the summer. Cleansing with the Pacific Fresh Herb Origin Cleansing Foam, which is really good at removing excess oil in the skin. Then also toning with the Pacific Phytoniacin Toner, which is a niacinamide rich toner that helps refine the pores, tighten the pores, and reduce and control oil production while brightening the skin and also hydrating the skin. The classic I'm From Rice Serum, which has not only rice ferment and rice extract to help naturally control oil production in the skin, it also helps to mattify the skin as well while giving antioxidants and hydration from that fermented process, while brightening the skin as well and controlling that oil and refining the pores. But also finishing off with the Pacific Fresh Herb SPF, which is a good hydrating formula. Or instead of that, if you really are super oily and you want something that's really just going to you know, keep that moisture off the face, I'm talking about that 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄 mild sun protection tube that's partially water resistant, so you can just flick that sweat off without budging the SPF. That one's 50% off as well, so that would be like $75 if you got the 𝐕𝐈𝐃 one. Or if you got the Pacific one, that would be more so at the $80 range. And then the hat is free. It's a complete summer oily skincare routine, just as an example, you guys, just an example. But if you guys have any questions on skincare routines and recommendations, please feel free to ask me. I'm so happy to help out. I'm so happy about it. But I'm so glad you guys think this is so cute. I was like, I've been wanting to create this for a while, and I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And then I realized, oh my gosh, it's like summer. It's summer, and I've been like putting this off. Summer's gonna end, and then what? I never did it. I never did it. So here it is, and I love it. I am that person now. Not only do I always go out with this hat on, but now I also have always gone out with my Atelier glowing tote bag. So I'm just like walking merch the whole time. And you know what? I always get compliments. Like I went to the grocery store yesterday, and a lady, like a service person, said she loved my hat. And I was like, fashion icon at the grocery store. representing skincare. Love it. Do you use a face steamer? If so, what's your routine when you use a face steamer? I don't use a face steamer, but I have a lot of really hot baths, and it gets really hot and steamy in there. But I have noticed, like, so I think like with facial steamers, there's a lot of, I feel like it's hit and miss, because a face steamer does help to soften the skin, which allows your skincare to absorb better. So way back in the day, it was so super common for people to think and for people to say that facial steamers open the pores, which is not the case. It dilates them a little bit because your skin is getting so hot. But what it actually does is it softens the skin, which allows your skincare to absorb so much more easily. So when I bathe, it gets really hot and steamy in there, and that kind of counts as like a steaming process. So what I love doing every time I bathe, every time I bathe, I do some sort of sheet mask at the same time, because when your skin gets hot, it loses hydration. So if you have a lot of hot baths, you have a lot of showers that are hot, and you get out of that shower and you notice like, wow, my skin is like really tight. It's feeling really tight. That's because all that hot temperature makes all that hydration come out of your skin. Like you sweat, that hydration is evaporating, and it dries you out. So a sheet mask in the bath is my go-to when I'm getting hot and steamy, taking care of myself, because it locks in that hydration and my skin is nice and soft and supple, so it's able to absorb all those amazing benefits from the sheet mask. And it's just like my skin just loves it. Just loves it. Please do packing order videos on TikTok. They're so satisfying. I do on Glow Atelier from time to time. I don't really put it too much in my personal Instagram, but on the Glow Atelier Instagram account, definitely give it a follow, you guys, if you're not already following the Glow Atelier Instagram account, because I do a lot of that like packing order stuff. I do like little kind of fun skincare routine tips and stuff like that. Like, it's all there. I'll link the Instagram account for you guys right there. And then we also have a TikTok account as well for Glow Atelier, where you can see that kind of small business content. Pretty sure that's correct. Let me open it up and take a sneak peek. Yeah. Oops, I opened the wrong thing. Oh, this music's kind of creeping me out. Why? What is that? Oh, it's kind of scary. Ah. Oh. There we go. You love that the brim actually gives good coverage? Me too. I love a wide brim hat, especially because like, I don't know, how do I say this? It's like an introvert's like essential item, because like sometimes when I go out, I just don't want to be looked at, you know, like, and a face mask was great for that, but in the summertime, like, I'm not really wearing my mask, especially because there's no mask mandate here, and it's like so hot. So when I'm out and about, I'm not really wearing my mask. So I'm like, okay, like introverts, like escape. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. No eye contact, please. Oh, I'm so introverted. It's crazy. Like your original design, thank you. Only white, any other colors available? Not at the time. Since this is the first launch, like if this goes well, and if it goes well, we'll probably introduce like black. I was thinking black would be a fun alternative as well, but for the first launch, it's just white. And then if the response is good, then we'll come out with black as well. I really do want to start getting like more 𝐔𝐻𝐃𝐃 apparel coming out. Like I've always wanted to have like a fashion brand, and this is kind of me tiptoeing in it a little bit. We're just taking little tippy toes in there. Testing the waters, just seeing how it goes. But yeah, this is step one. I would like to make like sunglasses as well. And there's a lot of stuff. I have a lot of ideas. Full of ideas and full of anxiety. So when's it gonna happen? I don't know, but some point. The hat would look bomb with a black outfit. Oh yeah. I think I went for white because like white also helps reflect the sun away. Like black hats are nice. I really love a black hat, but like it's just like it gets hot, right? So with it being like it's summer, it's hot, like I really want to like reflect that sunlight away. And I just felt like white was more like summer beachy vibes, but I do want to make a black version. Your designs are cute, thank you. You thought I was extroverted? No. I am a painful introvert. I like to pretend I'm extroverted. So that comes down to my star signs. I know we don't all believe in astrology, but mine is very shockingly accurate. Yeah. So I'm an emotional wreck. I'm a Cancer and a Pisces. That pretends to be a Sagittarius, essentially. So that's why a lot of people think I'm like bubbly and extroverted, but like my social battery is like it just like plummets after one day. Like if I hang out with people, I need like a full week recovery. If I go out for one evening on the weekend, I literally need 2 weeks recovery. Like the last time I had a girls' night was like 2 weekends ago now, and I'm only just recovered from that. Like I'm burnt out. Ooh, I got hunger pain. Oh my gosh, you guys, so I'm like super into bagel sandwiches lately. And it's like so delicious. So I think like for breakfast, I'm gonna have like some sort of sandwich because it's gonna be so good. But yeah, do you guys want some skincare recommendations? What are okay, so if you guys have any skincare concerns, if you have any skin condition that's really been bothering you lately, like please ask me. I would love to give my advice to you guys because I am just like a melting pot of knowledge when it comes to skincare. Like I really just know too much sometimes. From 10 years of working in the industry. Actually, I did, when I moved back to Canada, I was heavily considering, and I almost did it. I was going to become a medical esthetician, which I'm kind of like I love the idea of giving people like intensive facials. I almost bought a hydrofacial yesterday, but then they wanted like $170 for it, and I was like, for a hydrofacial, are you kidding me? Like, no, I can get laser hair removal on like my armpits and my arms for that cost. Like, overpriced. I love a good hydrofacial. hydrofacials are so, like, it makes your skin like baby butt smooth, like, and your pores are just like empty. They're like, you're glowing, you're exfoliated, your pores are empty. Like, it's like, I don't know if you guys have ever had a hydrofacial before, but it's essentially like a pore vacuum that flushes like solution through it at the same time. So not only is it sucking like all the gunk out of your pores, but it's also washing them out at the same time. And then it's also exfoliating at the same time with a dermabrasion. And then it comes with like an intensive like radio frequency facial after with the mask, and it's like so good. I had a hydrofacial a couple times, and the last time I had it was in Toronto when I first moved there, and it was like only $100, and I was like, yeah, I would pay $100 for this experience, but not $170. Like, that's just like for a one-time hydrofacial, like, no. But I was heavily becoming consider becoming a medical esthetician, just because I love the idea of just giving people intensive skin experiences. Like, I just love that. But I'm like, I wanna have my own store as well. You have super dry skin. Do you think coconut oil is good? Coconut oil is only good as like a slugging treatment. So I would not use coconut oil on its own, but I would use it as like a finishing sealing layer on the skin to trap all your skincare in, because coconut oil works as a sealing agent and it doesn't necessarily do much in terms of actually moisturizing the skin. Like, it just traps in moisture. So that's why a lot of people that use coconut oil say like, oh wow, my skin is like so good after, because it's trapping in all your natural oils and all your natural hydration. So you know how a lot of people slug with Vaseline? It's like the same thing. It's like the natural version of petroleum jelly. So it doesn't really actually do anything in terms of delivering its own moisture, but it seals everything in. And I actually love using facial oils for slugging purposes, because Vaseline's just too heavy and it clogs your pores. So similarly with coconut oil, it is comedogenic because it's such a dense, heavy oil that it can clog your pores. So if you are ever considering using like petroleum jelly for slugging or coconut oil for slugging at the end of your routine, definitely make sure in the morning you do a really intensive, deep pore cleansing routine, because those kind of ingredients really just kind of like nest deep within your pores, and they'll end up causing like a lot of blackheads in the long run, and they'll also end up causing you maybe acne later on because of all that trapped oil and bacteria over time. So use it, but make sure you use it in a positive way. So I would only suggest slugging with it. So do your entire evening skincare routine, finish off with a thick layer of coconut oil, and then in the morning, really heavy deep cleaning. I would even suggest using an oil cleanser in the morning, like a 2-step cleansing process, because an oil cleanser or a cleansing balm attracts oil to it and lifts it to the surface. So if you're using that, it's going to pull all that coconut oil out of the pores in the morning, and then it's going to wash it away, and then follow up with a cleansing foam. A cleansing foam to remove any excess oil, to make sure you don't get clogged pores from coconut oil being comedogenic. I would personally suggest using non-comedogenic facial oils, just because you can still get like that same amazing result of slugging, but with so many actual benefits other than just sealing things in. That's just my personal opinion though, but some people just really love coconut oil. You love coconut oil on your feet? Put it on my feet after a shower and bath? Yes. Yes. So coconut oil is good in that instance, again, because freshly out of a shower, freshly out of a bath, your skin is soft because it's been soaking in that water. So it's got a lot of water in it. So if you put coconut oil on immediately after getting out of a bath or a shower, like while your skin is literally still wet, it's going to trap in all that water in your skin and really help hydrate and seal in all that goodness. What is the best product for super dry skin? Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I freaking, like, when my skin is royally, literally like royally messed up, I'm always using, here, let me try to bring it up for you guys. Let me try to show you. Always using this. This stuff is like a godsend for dry skin. It is the perfect, I just linked it in chat for you guys, so if you are interested, you can check it out. It is 15% off right now, so this will be one of the items that will get you closer to getting the hat for free. The Glowing Summer Escape hat for free. But this one is like, how do I even, it's like so good, it's hard to like pick like what I talk about with it. So essentially it is all forms of honey. So you got royal jelly in there, you got propolis in there, you got actual honey extract in there, and then you got all the amazing hydrating and moisturizing ingredients to keep that formulation really delivering all the goodness of honey to the skin. And if you're not familiar with the pros of the different aspects of honey, it is extremely cell repairing, it is extremely nourishing for the skin, and it is very anti-aging as well. So it essentially is nature's healing ointment for the skin. It's antibacterial, it fights against acne, it's anti-inflammatory, and skin repairing. So dry skin is damaged skin. Dry skin is broken skin where that moisture barrier is gone and it's just not thriving. So using products that have healing components to them are just going to seriously repair and recover dry skin. This stuff is so moisturizing, it's so hydrating, and it just like the name says, Honey Glow Cream, it literally makes you glow. I love this stuff. This is like the ultimate cream for dry skin. If like it's dry, dehydrated, you get acne sometimes, like your skin is sensitive, everything like that. Aside from the I'm From Honey Glow Cream, my second go-to for extremely dry skin is the classic Holy Grail Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream. You guys, this has literally been a go-to for years for me, like ever since their first formula came out. I'll link it in chat for you guys right now so you can see it right there. But this stuff is just, it's like the simple, like when your skin, I love using this when your skin is also extremely irritated, because its formula is super minimal. So it's really just focuses on like key ingredients to repair the skin and moisturize the skin, and that's it. So with this, unlike the Honey Glow Cream, you're not going to get those anti-aging antioxidants, you're not going to get all the firming ingredients, you're not going to get that antibacterial, anti-acne benefit, but you are just simply going to repair and restore super dry, damaged skin. It's a good one as well. It's also a really good one. And the nice thing, I think many of us don't realize that just because a product is good for a certain skin type doesn't mean that you can't use it if your skin type is not dry. So say for example, you have an oily skin type and you're concerned, oh, that's not what I wanted to open. And you're concerned about aging and you're concerned about acne. An oily skin type can use any product that they want at nighttime. So during the day, okay, you might not want to use like a heavy cream because you're just going to be so shiny. You're going to just be frustrated. It's going to feel heavy on the skin. It's really not ideal. But if you, at nighttime, that is the perfect time for you to just enjoy all the anti-aging benefits of a super nourishing cream, because you're just going to be asleep. So it doesn't matter if you get shiny, it doesn't matter if you get oily. You want to get all those benefits of those healing and repairing products to really slow down the aging process and live a little, right? Only just joined, apologies. This was already asked. What's the best product to use or good method to get rid of blackheads? Thank you. Hey Alice, welcome to the stream. No problem on joining late. For blackheads, unfortunately, blackheads are natural. Everybody has them to a degree. It's the severity of them that's different between people. Blackheads are constant, and the only things you can do to reduce blackheads is to use products that help control oil production, because blackheads come from oil and dead skin cells and even makeup that's not properly removed, building up in the skin over time and solidifying. So the best way that you can slow down the production of blackheads in the skin is to really focus on deeply cleansing as well. So for me, I have a lot of blackheads on my nose. It's just natural. That's my skin. I get a lot of blackheads easily, and I really love using cleansing oils, and cleansing oils genuinely revolutionized my skin. I used to be so acne prone. It was bad. I was on Accutane twice, like my skin was bad. And when I started oil cleansing and using proper Korean skincare routines is when my skin just changed for the better. And it took time and it took learning to find out what truly worked for me. But what it came down to at its core was proper cleansing. And I always will use a cleansing oil at the end of the day, because cleansing oils may sound scary. You may be like, oh my God, why would I put more oil on my skin? Like, no, but that is so incorrect. So cleansing oils attract oil. Oil attracts oil, that's how it works. But a cleansing oil is formulated to emulsify when it comes into contact with water. And what that means is that water will turn that oil into a milky lather that will rinse away cleanly. So when you put a cleansing oil or a cleansing balm on your skin, at the end of the day, what it does is it pulls all that solidified oil from your pores. It pulls all that excess oil from your pores, all that makeup, all that SPF, all that dirt to the surface so that you can rinse it away cleanly. And then what I always do after is I second cleanse with a foam cleanser to ensure those pores are perfectly cleansed out, perfectly cleansed. And then what you can do after to remove that cleansing foam is take a washcloth, a nice warm washcloth, and just wipe away any dead skin cells, like a light, gentle exfoliation. And that is the key. That is literally the key to reducing blackhead frequency. It's also one of the main keys in reducing acne as well that comes from clogged pores. So I personally, and for a long time have used this. I just linked it in chat for you guys. This is the Klairs Gentle Black Fresh Cleansing Oil. It is a lightweight cleansing oil that is formulated with antioxidants and a bunch of other ingredients to really help ensure that it is pulling everything out of your pores at the end of the day to keep them clear and fresh. Clear and fresh. Additionally, I will always go in with some form of foam cleanser. And the two that we have on 𝐔𝐿 are a couple of my favorites. I really, like, if you have an oily skin type, I would heavily recommend this one right here, because it is more so catered towards people with a really oily skin type, or it's just also very good in the summertime. This is the Nacific Fresh Herb Origin Cleansing Foam. It has a bit of a higher pH to help negate an oily skin's lower pH. No, so this one has, sorry, I always get my pH numbers mixed up. So an oily skin type has a more acidic skin pH. So this one has a more basic pH because drier skin types are more basic. So it helps bring your skin back to a neutral pH level. So if you have oily skin, then Pacific Fresh Herb Origin Cleansing Foam is a good one because it helps to neutralize the skin if you are oily. It also is amazing at removing any excess oil and residue on the skin. So this one I love, and I've actually been using this one since it became really hot here in Texas, because in the summertime I become really oily. So even though I'm dry, I become really, really oily from all that heat and humidity. So this one is what I would recommend if you have oily skin type and blackheads to second cleanse, or if you're more on the drier side, then I really do also love the sorry, I'm getting a little bit congested. But I do also really love, this is what I used in the winter time as my cleansing foam, was the BiiBiiBeauty Heartleaf Acne Foam Cleanser. So even though it has the word acne in it, they only put that in there for marketing perspective. And it really is just, I'm linking it in chat for you guys again. It really is just like a wonderful, gentle cleansing foam with a neutral pH level that has a little bit of BHA in there. And what BHA does is it reaches deeper into the pores to control oil production. So with that being in a cleansing foam, it's not going to have too much of an impact on your skin. It's just kind of like a nice little feature. But this is just a lovely, gentle cleansing foam that doesn't overly dry out the skin and removes any excess oil that's left on the skin for your second cleansing step. Aside from that, I just have to clear my throat. That's a little bit better. Aside from that, for oily skin and for people with blackheads, you really want to focus on clarifying products. So I personally really love the Pacific Phytoniacin toner for oily skin and blackheads because it has a large component of niacinamide in there. Like, this toner revolves around niacinamide, and this niacinamide works to regulate oil production in the skin. It refines the pores and really targets that oil production. So if you do have a lot of frequent blackheads, I'm linking it in chat for you guys right now. If you do have a lot of frequent blackheads, really focusing on those kind of skincare ingredients that really cater to controlling oil production are going to help you a lot to reduce the frequency and severity of your blackheads. So this one is really nice because it's still hydrating. It still focuses on calming and cooling the skin and reducing inflammation, but its key component is that niacinamide that's going to target oil production and really help you get control over your pores and blackheads and oil care. Aside from that, they do have, which I love, they have the combo pair, the niacinamide Pacific Phytoniacin essence as well, which is a concentrated version of the toner. So you're still getting that powerhouse treatment of niacinamide to the skin to help control oil production and to help refine the pores and get control over those blackheads. Plus, it also has all those intensive hydrating components. So you're still gonna hydrate the skin, but keep that oil under control. This one is lovely. It's super lightweight as well. Plus, it has that brightening benefit as well. So it will give you just like a wonderful glowy experience to the skin. Aside from that one, a great alternative, if you're looking for something that has a little more of an anti-aging perspective and care to it, like say for example, you're like, okay, yeah, I want to control my oil, but I'm also concerned about aging. I'm also concerned about fine lines. Then the I'm From Rice Serum, which is 15% off right now, is an amazing alternative, which I just linked in chat for you guys, because it has rice ferment extract in there, which is loaded with antioxidants that are going to help fight the signs of aging and slow down the skin aging process. Additionally, rice extract naturally helps regulate oil production and keep oil under control throughout the day. Additionally, this also contains a high amount of niacinamide in there, so you're still going to get all those amazing benefits of niacinamide with combination benefit of all those rice ferment extracts that are going to have those anti-aging and oil controlling properties and brightening properties to them as well. Absolutely amazing. Plus, it's hydrating as well and has this just lovely gel kind of texture and consistency to it. So it's a little more thicker, but it doesn't make your skin oily whatsoever. It's very oil controlling. And then finally, in terms of some acne and blackhead controlling products, my favorite one to recommend to really just put the nail in the coffin in terms of clogged pores is using some form of AHA and BHA product. So oily skin types are really more tolerant of acids on the skin, and AHA works to give a surface improvement to the texture of your skin. So this one has a gentle amount of AHA in there to really smooth out the skin texture. I'm linking it in chat for you guys right now. So it just like, it's just so gorgeous, this formula. And for me, I love acids, but I hate how like so many companies, they just give you an acid and that's it. They're like, here's our 15% AHA, here's our 90% AHA, and that's it. But I love products that are more easy to incorporate into your routine on a regular basis. And what I love about this cream is that it's a gel texture, so it's very extremely hydrating for the skin. It utilizes cactus water as well to help give anti-inflammatory benefits to the skin also. So not only are you getting all the benefits of AHA and BHA to not only smooth out the skin's texture, brighten the skin, but also all those amazing benefits of deep pore treatment and care with BHA. BHA reaches deeper into the pores to unclog them, reducing frequency and severity of blackheads and also deeper under the skin acne pimples as well. But because it's in this gel formula, it's not going to be super harsh on the skin, and you're not going to use it and be like, oh wow, my skin is so dry now, what the heck. Gorgeous, gorgeous product, gorgeous. Aside from that, I know I have one more. One more I'm going to recommend. Any skin type can use this one, but this one I really love for oily skin types because it has a lovely, like almost semi-mattifying effect. So if you're not using like a heavy, nourishing, hydrating cream and you're just using your serums and then you're using this SPF, it's just going to leave you like this very controlled, kind of velvety finish on the skin. It is a combination physical and chemical SPF, so you have those minerals in there that help control oil and also protect you naturally from the UV rays. And it has antioxidants in there to help slow the aging processes as well and fight against the oxidative effects of UV rays without being heavy. Plus, this one is, I was talking about it earlier in stream, this is the BiiBiiBeauty Mild Sun Protection Tube. It is like sweat resistant, and I love wearing this in the summertime because when I go outside, it's so freaking hot that I just sweat naturally. But when I have this on, my sweat, instead of my sweat being like a consistent moist veil all over my face that's like dripping, it's like little, it like turns my sweat into beads that I can like literally just flick off, and the SPF doesn't move. It's like, it's so interesting. I love wearing it at the gym too, because like when I'm at the gym and I have this on, I'm sweating because I'm running. When I like wipe my face or my forehead, the sweat just like, it slicks right off and it's just like whoosh, it's gone. I love it. Really good for oily skin types. So I'm just linking that in chat for you guys right there. Let me just remove the spam account. Like absolutely amazing. Anyway, so those are 84%. I know, right? If only I had a moderator for chat. I'm sorry, guys, you had to see that grossness. But anyway, those are my suggestions for oily skin type and people with blackheads, specifically like clogged pores and blackheads. Where is chat? There it is. There is chat. I found you guys. And just a reminder, you guys, with the new launching event for the brand new custom designed Glow Atelier Summer Escape Bucket Hat. It is free on any orders of $65 or more. That's literally anywhere from 2 to 3 products, depending on what you choose. And remember, all of the I'm From brands, the natural skincare line from South Korea, is 15% off right now, and that BiiBiiB mild sun protection tube is 50% off right now. So you can get like an entire skincare routine and a free bucket hat that blocks the UV rays on the face. Like, it's very wide brimmed to help protect your face from the sun during the summer. So that is free on order $65 or more. If you don't want to spend that much, you can just get the hat. If you like the hat, you can just get the hat, no problem. It's also available, so you can shop the hat alone, or you can get it for free at $65 or more on any order. You know, UV is really bad for my skin, but I just love tanning. I will try the honey cream from I'm From for sure. Yeah, if you are tanning, do remember you can still tan through SPF. Like when I was living in Australia, I was tan. Because I loved going to the beach, I loved tanning, but I was always wearing my sport level SPF 50 and I got tan. So just remember, you can still tan through SPF. So protect your skin. Protect your skin. And enjoy the sun without aging too much. Do you think red light therapy for the face works? Yes, but with continual religious use. Like, you have to turn it into a ritual to see results. And if you are going to do red light therapy, there are rules to it. So a lot of people sell these like these LED masks, but nowhere does it say the nanometers of the rays of red light. And to actually receive the benefit of red light therapy, you have to reach a certain part of nanometers penetrating the skin for it to have an effect. And I think it's something like 650 nanometers to actually see. Let me Google it. How many nanometers for red light therapy to work? Oh my god. I was right. It's 650 nanometers. So yeah, don't buy, if you're going to get into red light therapy, make sure anything you purchase or anything you sign up for, if it's at a spa, I actually don't suggest going to like a dermatology clinic for red light therapy. It's a scam. They charge way too much just because they're a clinic. A lot of tanning salons now have red light therapy full body booths. So at the dermatology clinic or at the esthetician clinic, they'll just do the face, right? And they charge like $300 or $200 a session. Total, absolute ripoff, scam. No. You can go to a tanning salon and they have full body red light machines that gives you the like correct nanometers. Like the machines literally say on them, like embedded into the machine, the amount of nanometers that it delivers for you to the skin. But yeah, it has to be 650 nanometers or more to do anything for your skin. And then like if you get a tanning membership at a tanning salon, it's like what, $40 a month, and you can get your red light therapy like unlimited for $40 a month. When the esthetician clinic wants $300 a session just for your face? No. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Like if you're getting any kind of red light therapy at home, like any one of those masks, make sure you read the product, find the manufacturer, and make sure that it is in fact 650 nanometers, or else it's trash. It's not doing anything for you. It's just a glorified LED light. Like, you could sit in front of, I could I could sit in front of my LED lights on the floor and make them red and say, oh, it's red light therapy. No, it's not. It's not giving me 650 nanometers of red light. It's just a red light. It's just the color. I'm so happy I could share that with you today. On this fine Sunday morning, I'm really happy I could share this with you all. Claudia says, hi, I just joined. My apologies for coming in late, but will the video be saved for later rewatching? Absolutely. All the YouTube live streams get saved permanently on the channel. Does the SPF leave a white cast? Slightly. It does have a slight white cast, not anything intense. So if you are, because it is a physical, partially physical SPF, and with almost any physical SPF, like something with like a natural UV protection from zinc, for example, or titanium, you are going to get a little bit of that showing through, but it is really easy to combat just by simply holding your hands. So whenever I use that SPF, the BiiBiiBeauty Mild Sun Protection Tube, I always just like really firmly push it into my skin and pat it in with my warm hands, and then the white cast, it's like not even a thing. But even then again, it's like very minimal. It's not like, you know, some physical SPFs are just like, it just turns you into a ghost. Like, no. But I will say, if you are a person of color, you might feel a little ashy with it. So do keep that in mind if any people of color are in here and are considering with the BiiBiiBeauty Mild Sun Protection Tube, because it does have that physical component, it might make you look a little ashy, but otherwise it really just melts into the skin if you really firmly press it and just hold your hands after massaging it in. Oh gosh, all this talk about red light therapy really makes me want to start doing red light therapy again. I did it for like a year and I loved it because the booth I would go in had a vibration plate you would stand on too. So it would simultaneously have anti-cellulite properties and because of the and like a mini workout. It was great. I loved it. I was like, yeah, my skin's and my body is so good right now. It's so good right now. It was hilarious. So do remember, you guys, that if you did want the free brand new custom made glowing summer escape hat on your order, you have to make sure you add the hat into your cart as well. So your cart needs to be $65 or more, and then add the hat in, and at checkout the hat will automatically be free. It would just be converted to free. Or you can just get the hat on its own. I am thinking maybe it will be a permanent item, maybe it will just be a limited edition item. But if it goes well, we will make it permanent and get some more colors. I am enjoying tiptoeing into the fashion world. Yes, I was at the grocery store yesterday and a lady said she loved my hat. And I said, oh, thank you. Custom made. Just my skincare store. No, nothing to see here. It's so funny. I feel like one of the things that's so interesting, you guys, is like ever since I moved here to Texas, I get a lot of compliments on my fashion and it makes me so happy. Like, I guess that's one of the major benefits from moving from a city to like a small kind of farm town city, is that like your city fashion is more unique and more noticed here. It's been so interesting. Like, I swear every time I go grocery shopping, somebody compliments my hat or my bag or my shoes or my outfit. It's always funny when people get disappointed when I say like, oh, it's from Korea. They'll get like really upset, like genuinely like pissed off. They'll be like, oh, like, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's definitely not from Nordstrom. Not from Target. Anyway, you guys, let's finish off this live stream with any other questions you may have. They don't have to be skincare related, but I do think we're going to wrap it up really soon, as we've almost been live for 2 whole hours. 2 whole hours. So if you guys have any questions about anything, please let me know. I would love to answer them, chat, whatever it may be. I'm happy to answer them. But yeah, I'm really excited for my dinner today. It's going to be a little bit of a fine dining experience to end off my birthday week. My birthday week is ending, so this is the final celebration. I bought myself, oh my gosh, you guys, the other day I bought myself a couple cakes from the Taiwanese bakery, and they're so good. I haven't even finished them all yet because I've been dieting. It's like so hard to like eat. Like there's so many good foods that we have in our house, and it's like I can't eat it all because I'm dieting. Trying to lose weight. Trying to lose the weight I've gained since moving here, and I'm like, but there's so many cakes. Like HoneyBii was so sweet this week, and he bought like a 4-pack of like bakery like specialty cupcakes, and they're so good that like it's taken us like 4 days to eat them. Like I think every day we have half a cupcake. I mean, cupcakes really aren't that bad calorie count for you. I think it's like 100 calories, but still it's like, it just converts to fat because it's all sugar. It's so bad for you. It's like, that's like one of the hardest things is like, okay, you can diet and go based on like simple calories, but you always have to remember like sugar and carbs, just because it's low calories, it just converts to sugar, which converts straight to fat, like energy and fat. It's like, you gotta eat healthy as well, which I have been doing. I've been doing really good, actually. What have I been eating? But it's been like really like, it's been pretty healthy. Like overall. I've become like really addicted to these like, so at like HEB Hub, there's like this specific Texan grocery store, and it's like the nice grocery store out of everything. Like I've been to like a couple Whole Foods, and they were like ghetto compared to like Hub. And I'm really into these like pre-prepared like little single serving oven things. Like it's not like a frozen dinner, it's like a freshly raw like cook it yourself, like from the grocery store, not from a brand. And like I'm really into like the salmon, broccoli, and little mini potato mixture, and it's like a 250 to 300 calorie serving, and it's so delicious, and it's like just the right amount of everything, and it's so easy and convenient. And I've noticed like after going to the gym in the evening, I'm just like, oh, like I really just want to grab it, and it's like affordable too. It's like only a few dollars. What product do I recommend for retinol? Ooh, honestly, that's like kind of hard. There's a lot of amazing ones out there. It really depends on what specifically you're looking for out of your retinol. Are you looking for something higher, something lower? But the easiest way to shop retinol for a beginner, or if you're just looking for like, you just want a retinol, that's it, like keep it simple. I really love going to Paula's Choice. Like even though it's not a K-beauty brand, it's just like they got their retinol selection, and like it's done. It's a done deal. And what makes Paula's Choice so good for shopping retinol is that they have multiple percentages. So I just linked it in chat for you guys. You can check them out. But they have like variety in terms of retinol. And personally for me, I would probably suggest going with the 1% retinol, or I really prefer the idea and concept of buckage oil, which is a type of oil that has the exact same effects as retinol, but it's significantly more gentle. And K-beauty brands don't really, and Asian beauty brands in general, don't really like the idea of using retinols in their formulations because they're so harsh on the skin. and with a lot of those Asian cultures as well, they don't need the retinol as much because they've used skincare so long and they don't have as much damage or concerns in terms of needing that intensive recovery. So K-beauty brands and Asian beauty brands in general are starting to incorporate bok choy oil instead of retinol into their product lines because it gives the same benefits of retinol without the harsh aspect to it as well. So if I was to buy a retinol, I would probably buy that one. I'm currently using a retinol that I don't really want to recommend because like it's not really that good, but it's enough for me, that I got for free from L'Oreal Paris. And the reason I don't want to recommend it is because it has like silicone in it. So the silicone like kind of gives like a false feeling of smoothing on the skin. It's like a great way to trick consumers into thinking the skincare is making their skin super soft when really it's just you're putting silicone on your skin. I don't like recommending L'Oreal, but it has like a nice retinol in it, so I'm just trying to get through the bottle before I like try and invest in other things. But oh, my eye is itching now too. Oh. But Paula's Choice has great options in like very simple formulations of retinol that aren't super heavy and gives you more flexibility and control over how much retinol you're actually getting. Plus they have the retinol, like the 0.3% retinol with the 2% bok choy oil, which gives you the more gentle form, like the more gentle alternative with the still a little bit of actual retinol, kind of like a combination product of the two. How long does your boyfriend have to stay in Austin? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Anything can happen, right? So we'll see. But there is definitely no answer to that at this point. Thoughts on oil of Olay? Is it good or overpriced? Oh, I don't like Olay. I've been very heavily biased and strictly just a Korean skincare and Asian beauty skincare user for many years. I don't even remember, like the only times I've used like a Western brand is if it was gifted to me and I actually kind of enjoyed it, but otherwise like not so much. Let me try to find it. Oil of Olay, let me see. Like I don't even know what that is. I just know it's Olay. Now my throat is burning a little bit. Oh, I'm not really seeing it. Is it like a specific product? Like, for me personally, given the prices of Olay, like, let me just bring this up for you guys. Given the prices of Olay Paris, I'm assuming this is what you're talking about, like their Olay products. The price point is very similar to Korean skincare. And at that point, I would say it's well more worth your while to put that price point towards better formulations from K-beauty. Like K-beauty and Japanese skincare is very competitive with luxury brands, and if anything, it's significantly better. Like they are leading. Like Korean skincare and Japanese skincare leads in the cosmetic formulation industry. Like they are innovative. They are what is like creating new innovation for skincare, and literally Western markets are just, you know, copying their formulations. So I would say like at these price points, you might as like, it's just better in my opinion to convert to K-beauty. And yeah, I guess it's a little bit annoying because you can get Olay at like everywhere in North America or in Western society, but like you can, like K-beauty is so easily accessible now. Like you can order it like everywhere. And like shipping is like, okay, it's like a couple days maybe, depending on where you live or where you're ordering from, or it's like a week or like whatever it may be. That's just my opinion though. So personally for me, I would not purchase, and I have not purchased anything from Olay in many years. Just because if I'm gonna be spending these price points, I can be spending these price points on better formulated K-beauty. It's just my opinion though. Oh, the retinol cream, yeah. I would really just like, honestly, just go with Paula's Choice. Because I do feel like a lot of these, like Olay and L'Oreal, for example, their retinols are just kind of like, yeah, there's retinol in there, but like it's kind of like, and then they throw in like silicone to make it feel amazing and stuff. I mean, I could be wrong, and it's totally, what it comes down to is your preference and if you feel like it works for you. But for me, in my personal opinion, I would much rather go with, like, if I'm going to add retinol, I'm going to get, like, either a prescription or I'm going to go from Paula's Choice. Or if I want something more gentle and just, like, casual, then I'll probably go K-Beauty Retinol or K-Beauty Bak Choil. Oil of Olay is the brand name? Okay. Your age is right. No. I always recognize Olay as Olay Paris. Personally. Like when I hear Olay, I think Olay Paris. Is that wrong? Maybe I'm just mixing it up with L'Oreal Paris. I literally, like, it's been so many years since I've even seen like TV commercials for like these brands. I'm so like out of like absent from like North American culture. I checked out of it years ago. I'm sorry, unintentionally. Alrighty, you guys. So our stream has officially been live for 2 hours. I think we're gonna leave it at that for today. My throat is getting raw, and I'm hungry. My throat's burning from all this talking. But I really enjoyed sitting down with you guys today and streaming again. I do want to try to get back into doing the YouTube skincare live streams and live Q&As because I do genuinely really enjoy them. And now that I feel like life here in Texas is getting a little more stable, I'm feeling a little more comfortable with it. But yes, do remember, $65 or more orders get the free Summer Escape bucket hat, or you can buy it on its own. It's not just a promotional item. Custom designed wide brim denim UV protective bucket hat for summer. And don't forget, all the I'm From skincare is on sale, 15% off. This was fun. I'm gonna go eat breakfast. I'm gonna have my second coffee of the day. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I will see you again soon. I will be uploading another YouTube video really soon. I gotta edit that over the next couple days, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.